Okay, I'm not claiming it's my idea, all right? But it is kind of fun to think about. Hey, y'all, APG Jamie here. And we are going to be making some reverse pockets. Or maybe you could think of them as upside down pockets. Or maybe even like a lid, a cap, thing. So, yeah. So I've got these strips of folder embossed, just plain white cardstock. I don't know what embossing folder it was, because I think I may have already deleted that from my collection. Okay. Oh, video is in hyperspeed for your viewing pleasure and my voiceover easiness. Anyway, we are inking around the edges. Well, we trimmed it first because I wanted the uppy downy waviness going on. And then I thought, well, I'm going to split this one out so we'll have a little maybe differential layers kind of thing going on. And I have photo booth pictures that I cut apart because I wanted these specific people because they have on white, and it's that time of year. Y'all remember when you couldn't wear white until Easter, and you couldn't wear white shoes after Labor Day? Yeah, well, I think that's a bygone tradition that is well bygone. Anyway, that's why I picked these particular girls, okay? And yeah, I'm turning them into portrait style. And after the fact, I thought, well, I probably could have used some of my paper dolls and some of the bigger people, but didn't do it. So what I want to do is I want to bump out the back, and then later on I will bump out the front as well, which you will get to see that part because I didn't want you to miss it. So I trimmed up pieces off of the remaining photo booth thingy. And, I decided I wanted to ink around them. And then I thought, oh, we need to paint our girls. They need some blush. So we are using a hoo-hoo watercolor marker brush pen thingies. Oh, there's a list of ingredients in the description, don't you know? And any hoots, blushing them up. Two of them's going to get pink lips. One's going to get kind of red. You know how it is when you're hanging out with a group of girls. You got one that's, sort of plain, kind of hangs back in the background. That's me, y'all. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. And then you've got one that's always so flashy and all out there. And then you got one that's just, medium. Kind of like Goldilocks in the three. Oh my gosh, y'all. That's such a popular number. And it's pretty adequate for most groups, okay? I decided one was going to be a blonde, the flashy one. Because, this is how our brain sees blondes, as the flashy, put themselves out there kind of people, even though it has nothing to do with that. I need to address my femininity stuff. This one's going to have brown hair like me because I associate with this one. This is the one that kind of hangs back and, really only talks with, those people she's well acquainted with, friends even. So, anywho, yes, I'm an introvert. I am safe filming and voicing over in my own space with just me and my baby dogs, okay? This one I wanted to have red hair, but the red I picked I didn't like. So we're going to try it again with a different red or orange, as the case may be. And I end up sort of going back over it again with the brown, and it kind of comes out a better auburn color, okay? Just saying. Because, blonde, brunette, and redhead. What else is there? I know, really dark brown. So, Anywho, here's our little strips that we'd cut off, and we're going to put them on the back. Now, these photo booth and most of the Tim Holtz picture thingies are a thicker card, like a heavyweight cardstock. And I could have bumped it out with just regular cardstock, but I had this, and I'm like, yeah, I want it bumped out more. You will see method to my madness at some point, okay? So I'm gluing on 2 pieces on the back. So we have, and then later we will put 2 pieces on the front that I think I left in the video too, on account of, I think I did. And we're just using art glitter glue. And the faces, they're about the same size, even though, you know, they're different. Some of these things are just like the others. Some of them aren't. Anyway, I don't know that song, y'all. Didn't really have any kids that watched that TV Sesame Street PBS show. So, anyway, doing that. Trimming it off. I could have sped it up way more up. That's okay. Hyperspeed is just fine. Probably. Here we go. Now, I found some ovally type dies. They were probably on clearance at the last Hobbit Lobbit clearance. And in my head, they were Easter eggish. Because, you know, those are oval. Eggs are oval. So, I am adding some pop dot scrap, because you can use that part. You don't have to throw it away just because you took the actual dots out of it, okay? Because I want the top part of my oval pockets. These are pockets. See, it's a pocket. I want that to have a little spread, a little room in it, if you will. Yeah. Sort of like when you add gussets, but I didn't want gussets because that's just a little too much. So, and having done this once, I can see me doing this again. Okay? With other shape. I don't know what other shape, but another shape of some sort. So, anyway, think Easter egg, y'all. Yes. It's coming. Okay, see, we're leaving our opening at the bottom. Well, I guess it could be the top, depending on how you angle it. Anyway, we're doing this for all of them, and I'm not sure if I show you all of them, but I've definitely hyper speeded up. And peeling off the release paper, making sure my girl's going to fit in there, because I need them to fit in there. Okay, you probably already know where we're going with this. Now, in my head, I thought these papers were pretty much okay to be, you know, representative of the Easter egg, which bunny lays, which we all know ain't really happening, y'all. Anyways, it's a tradition. Just go with it. So here we go. We're still doing it. We're putting the pop dot scrap. It's pop dot scrap still works. Okay. That particular oval got miscut, but that's okay. I'm using it anyway because I didn't have any more of that paper, that particular card. They're painty cardstock scraps, okay? So, and I thought, well, let's just go ahead and decorate these here egg representatives, you know, with washi, because y'all know that's one of my goals is to use some of that washi tape, and I did use some. Not too much, yeah. And yeah, it's not necessarily straight, but that's okay. Don't notice, okay? Because, you know, eggs are roundish. So, you know, it could just be an optical illusion-ish, all right? So we're going to put washi on all of them. And I make you suffer through all of that. Like I said, it has been set to hyperspeed. And I'm happy with my end results. Wish my girls were just a little bit bigger, like, yeah, maybe a quarter size bigger than what they are. But anyway, it's still perfectly fine. My husband loved it when he's seen it. He's like, oh, I really like this one. He's such a good supporter of mine, y'all. He really is. So we're going to trim all those excess ends off. No, it's not wasteful. No. I wanted to make sure I had full coverage because on one of them I didn't quite get it, but that's okay. I ended up cutting that part off because some of these I trimmed down. Actually, I think I trimmed all of them down so that they would be flat on the bottom. Okay, and the back part even shorter than the front. You know how when you do the hidden paper clips, they always slide on the page better. Y'all seeing some inspiration connection? Anyway, they slide on better when one side is shorter than the other, okay? Because they slip over something, okay? Like a cap. Okay, sort of. Just, yeah, go with it, y'all. Because I said so. So we got them all washied up. And this is where I decided I might need, or is this where I decided I needed the strips on the front? Oh, no, we're going to ink the page because that's very important and it is way hyper sped. And I really thought I had deleted this out. But obviously I just skipped over that part, didn't I? I might have glanced away to look at the television or something. So we used a green, and that green is like 2 or 3 different greens, re-inkers that I just mixed onto the one pad. So it's a mixed green, sort of like a salad. Yeah, not really, but sort of. And I thought I want to put some stenciling on here because, you know, it's pretty. Oh, that's one of those marbled papers. It's a pre-done piece of cardstock that I did the marbling with way back whenever I did that at. Probably couldn't find a link if I tried. I don't know. Maybe I'll try. So I'm going to use the same pink and green. And yes, I know pink and green. One is cool, one is warm. And they are not necessarily that friendly together. But you see, that is like a basket weave stencil. Easter in its basket. You see how it's working together, and I didn't even think about it till after. Anyway. So we're using pink and green. So it fades in, it fades out. They mix, they match. Well, they don't really match, but in the end, they match and they look real good. And I was so happy with this horror background guy that I actually remembered to scan it. Hickin', y'all. About time. And something was on there. So I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and put some matte medium over it just to protect it. Oh, I'm taking a picture, and you'll get to see a picture here in a minute. Here's the matte medium. I really thought I edited more out of that, but there you go. And here we are. Smooshing that all around. Like, yeah, it makes me happy. This is the photo. And the scanned. Okay. Slightly different. I will post the scanned image into my Facebook group, guys. So if y'all want to, pick up a free one. If you want to, whatever, dudettes. So this is where I'm bumping out the front. And again, I'm using 2 of the little strips, left over from the photo thing through Lawler. Gluing it on there. Trimming it off. Picking up my little scraps and putting them in my little recycling thingy. Okay. Now it does take a while for the watercolor markers to dry on their faces. So you don't want to necessarily touch them too much because the one with the red, auburn, I had so much on there that it still kept wanting to smear around. So I had to get the water brush out and kind of clean her up a little bit. So I don't know if I filmed that. Well, I think I filmed it, but hopefully I got that part cut out. But if you see me doing that, that's what I'm doing. I'm just cleaning her up a little bit. So here are our white embossed cardstock that we put a pink and green ink on, because evidently that's the color choice for today. And they are slightly different heights. Okay. I did that on purpose. But in the end, I thought, well, I should have just left the 2 strips together. And then in the extra end, I found a use for that little piece I trimmed out. And I thought, ha ha! So I guess in the end, it was just perfectly serendipitous, y'all. Using my heavy duty Aleene's original tacky glue. So yeah, because it is embossed, and I want to make sure I get enough of it sticked down. And you know, the art glitter glue, it holds just fine. It's just a really thin line, and I wanted a more thicker or heavier line. Now I have my girl tucked up inside the pocket. This is a pocket, y'all remember? And we're tucking that in. I'm like, yeah, because I want to make sure I get it kind of tucked exactly, precisely where I want it. Exactly, precisely. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Anywhoots. It's a good thing I like the number 3, right? Odd numbers work. Okay. See, that's that little piece, that little extra piece that I trimmed out. Perfect. Okay. Think of eggs tucked into the grass, y'all. Even though this isn't grass. This is, embossing folder doolally. Oh, I had some, I think it's K and Company ephemera stuff that I inked around and ended up gluing it on the page, and that part I neglected to film. And I thought, oh, let's decorate our eggs because we need more decorations. So we got out the diamonds, and one of them got some flower, because I got flower diamonds, y'all, flower diamonds. And one of them's getting pearls, and I think the other one gets the flowers too, now that I think about it. So anyway, it was important that you see me do most of it. Put on dotted glue, put your little flat back pearl on there, all that kind of stuff, just like that. Are they straight? Absolutely serendipitously, they followed the curve of the egg. It's optical. So on this one, I said, let's put 5 on there. So I tried to do them sort of the same, but random. Anyway, I had to steal a clear diamond one off of the other. And I had these little plastic strips. I think they're from the Dollar Tree. I got them in Happy Meal. Because I got some from the Dollar Tree one time too. And I'm trimming them apart. We've got a yellow, a green, a blue, and a turquoise. Okay? So we're gluing them in there on the little dots. Because, the embossed thingy's got little dots on it. I'm using our big glue. And so that's what we're doing. Sticking them on there. Okay? You go from one side, swivel back to the other. Okay, almost. I'm going to be off screen in just a moment. Don't worry, you're not really missing anything. And I thought, well, let's put some right here too, because there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 3 eggs, 3 girls. As it turns out, 3 separate pieces of the embossed card. And I had some Tim Holtz acrylic letters. And I glued that on with diamond glaze, okay? Because that's what I had handy right there. So that's what I glued. And I'm going to show you sort of how it kind of bumps out from the back, and it kind of bumps out from the front piece there. Ta-da! Reverse pockets. They slide onto your thingy like a cap. Or a lid, or an upside down pocket. I don't know. I think reverse pockets, I think that's a pretty good thing to call them. There we go. Slide right back on. See, that pop up in there is just enough. Ta-da! Photo montage. So it's popped up off the back just a little, and it's popped up from the front piece that covers up where it slides in at, okay? So that, it's kind of gappy. Think gappy. And then inside the pocket has the air pocket gap from the pop dots, okay? Which I think I've satisfactorily explained that. And I'm really happy with it. And it's also glittery. And y'all know I just have such a hard time making really flat things. But, that's just the way it goes with me sometimes. I hope y'all enjoyed this. It was fun for me. Oh, thanks all my new subscribers. You guys are awesome. My old subby friends, thank you. My mediums, you got my gratitude. Thanks for watching. And happy arting, y'all. Chocolate bunnies rock.